can't fucking count.
We are now live, folks.
Nipples! This is an 18+ stream.
I thought you said knolls, not nipples. That took me a second. God, I'm fucked already. All right, let's go.
Recap from last session. Shit was wild, shit happened, stay tuned bitches. And now for the real recap. Last session, Tavish was brought into a spa to help increase his ability to give people that lick him a good euphoric high. With the help of Thessalia, he was cared for and given a proper meal to heighten his effectiveness. After a while, and with a bit of nervousness, Tavish was asked out on a date by Thessalia before he left the spa. Running into Gar and Gaddradison, he let the turtles know of the spa to which they went to get their shells waxed. Gar insisting to look his best for the people that he kills. In return, the turtles tell Tavish about the underground area they had found, finding it odd to have something further underground and hidden away, raising even more suspicions about this place. When Poppyseed returned to the library, he found Anael and Naza trying to listen in on the head priestess's frustrated rant, but when trying to listen in, nothing coherent could be heard. Returning to his studies of the culture's history, he noted there was some omitted information where there would normally be some supplies in a history's text, which raised curious red flags for him. Chou visited the temple, being a man of the cloth, and is given an account of how the dinosaurids portray their faith for the gods and architects of Dremura. While listening, he picks up on a separate conversation that is in a foreign dialect. Bits and pieces of the conversation are intraconic, alluding to how people conversing should have stayed low instead of coming out after getting bored. When asked to speak with the head priestess, Lady Thidrioth, he was told that she would need a minute. Picking up on the frustration Lady Thidrioth tried to hide, Chou coolly played off his insight into her state and was brought into her office for a private conversation. When providing information that one of the gods, Otrix, was awoken from their slumber, there was the faintest hint of panic across her face before reverting back to her veiled pleasantness. Picking up on this, Chou was asked if his group would like to sit down with her flock to explain their journey of awakening Otrix. Since Chou was not there to describe at the time, replying with the possibility to bring the group in, he was granted permission to review the ancient texts the temple had. Tavish, with Kari watching, had begun gambling rather well, taking money hand over fist from the table he was seated at before leaving. Running into Poppyseed, who recorded some notes on Tavish's licking scenario, Tavish and Poppyseed nearly entered into a bet as to whether or not Poppyseed could gain the favour of any ladies in a local tavern. However, a spa also sounded nice to Poppyseed as an experience in a new place. And that's where we begin this session.
Indeed, it is. But who should we start with? Oh, as I hear a door jingle jangle. Hello, honey bunch of oat.
It's garlic and herb everything.
Gosh. You just did the recap, but suddenly I have forgotten where Kari is.
Kari is with Tavish and Poppyseed.
She with us.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I forgot she was with y'all.
Mm-hmm. She's the bookkeeper on the bet on who's going to get railed first.
Not quite.
So we had the conundrum on. What did you? Whether or not you guys had left the tavern yet or not.
We were still out in the street.
That was out in the, okay. Um. So. Oh yes, because you had been gambling, and then you met up in the tavern, and then you guys were walking about. That's where you found each other. Now I'm remembering all the things. Started taking on notes. The notes, the good notes. It was the finer details. The brain's still waking up, you know. So, well, Tavish, Kari, and Poppyseed. Where are you proceeding?
So, Pony Boy, are you taking me up on the bet, or did you want to go get gussied up first?
Well, if I'm going to take you up on the bet, I need to know some parameters first.
That's true. You know, I myself can't partake because I do have a date, but Kari here doesn't. Looks at Kari.
I wasn't paying attention. What are you doing? What?
We're off to a good start.
Nice.
So, I have an idea
Uh-oh.
because I was making a lot of money doing looks over at Poppyseed, some investing, and let's just say I've come into a wee bit of coffers. So, how about this? Once we go back to the tavern, the first of you who can actually strike up a conversation gets 5 gold. If you get a kiss, another 5. If you manage to spend the night, I'll throw in 30. Only for the first one, though. Who's up for it?
If... Well... Oh, why not?
Looks over at Kari.
We choosing beforehand who we're going up to, or are you picking someone for us, or how is this working?
Oh, no, I don't know your tastes. You pick your choosings. I'm just here to watch. I'm going to sit back, have a drink, enjoy myself, and then pay over a wee bit of gold. All my friends have fun.
I mean, sure, I can do that.
Then it looks like we have a bet in our hands. So, Pony Boy, where do you want to go first?
Oh, we can just go straight to the tavern.
Straight to it? I like a man like you. Let's go. Hops on the back of Poppyseed.
Whoa, 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 whoa. If I'm going to go into an establishment, I can't be seen being ridden.
Fair point. All right. Fair point. Slides off and like holds his hands. I'm like, all right. All right. Go strut your style. I guess I'll. We all walk in separate then, you know.
You would have to go in first.
Okay, I'll go find a spot in the back and have fun. He's gonna walk out of the tavern.
So, Kari, what do you say we just ditch him and go do something else?
Yeah, that sounds a lot better.
Because I would be really interested to see what the attire of this place, what kind of is being sold.
I mean, if you want, sure. I mean, I could probably look for a new cloak or something. Also, I'm not gonna lie, I was probably gonna approach someone and just tell them like, "Hey, I got this bet going on, so if we just hold on this conversation for long enough and we just go to like go hang out somewhere else for like the rest of the night, I would pay part of the gold."
I was going to do the same thing.
Yeah, that's too much work. Let's go find something. Let's go find something to buy.
Okay, yeah. We'll go find somewhere to buy some clothes.
All well, there are some stalls around. Um, are you looking for more of what the average person around is wearing? Are you looking for the stalls that seem to have a little more like higher end or prettier
Yeah.
articles?
Yeah, a little more glitz and glam.
All right. Yeah, you're able to find and what about you, Kari? Same for you
Yeah.
or
She's gonna be looking for more regular clothes, probably even a little bit darker, so that it would help her sneak. But also something like she would be talking to a vendor to talk about it not snagging on her scales and such
yeah.
because shiny spiky now.
Um Gosh, I wish I had like thought about this and saved up some art because I can picture an artist that I've been looking at that has some pretty scaly people. Um with like different clothings. You would end up finding um vendor that has a bit of a scale of clothing. Um they do have a more higher end section. It's a bit of a bigger tent area. Um And as you guys kind of start looking at it, you hear come in, let me help you. I've got my measuring tape, and she kind of reaches around her neck and shows that she's got her, like cloth measuring tape around her shoulders. I can measure you, get your measurements, have something fitting perfect within moments.
Boys!
Poppyseed steps in.
She sees the rest of Poppyseed. She goes, or a few moments. Depends on how long you want your clothing.
Oh, just this portion, and he just points to his human half.
Ah, good. Then can be quick for you too. So, what is it that you're looking for, please?
Oh, just something from this area that's more fanciful in a way. Something with lots of color.
He wants to be pretty.
You're not wrong.
Oh, well, I have just the thing for you then. Over here, and she kind of goes over and points to a section. We have a few different tops of some are brighter colors with quite the embroidery of designs with other pop colors. And then next to it, I have an area that are darker colors where the embroideries are the bright, the colors just popping through, showing off the design. Have quite a few different designs in there as well. Some also have flecks of shine from beads and gems sewn onto the fabrics.
Ooh, I'd like to see some of those.
And also I'll probably need to get a step stool. Do you mind if I measure you just across the shoulders and just around underneath your armpits, just to size-wise, size you so I can point you in the right quadrants of those areas.
Oh, no, go right ahead and you T-pose.
Yeah, she hustles over and in fact grabs a step ladder and sets it up next to you, clambers up and gets some measurements and goes, yes, okay, perfect. She goes, this section here, and then right over here, this one as well, will have things that should fit you quite nicely. Some of them might be just a little different than others. I've got a smaller range within those areas. If you're looking for something a little bigger fit, you'll want to go one hanger down in these areas. But if you're looking for a tighter fit, one hanger up. But these ones here should fit you quite well. It just depends on how snug you want things to fit around, more so the arms, and if you plan on buttoning or leaving things unbuttoned. Um, but please have a look. Have a look. And you, Miss. She turns and looks at Kari.
I'm kind of like, we travel a bit, and I'm kind of the bit of the sleek kind, so I don't need the fanciness like he likes. But also these, like, she kind of shows the shiny scales and all that fun stuff. I'm trying not to get snagged on them so I don't tear my clothes, but I just need like simple cloak kind of things like that.
Right, all right. Well, I would say most, not quite all, but most of our cloths do in fact not snag, as most of us down here have some variety of scale, though some a little smoother than others, so we snag less. But me myself, I know exactly what you're talking about. There are certain things that I just can't have and can't deal with because I just snag on them. I can't tell you how many times I've accidentally carried a pillow off of the couch attached to my side or something because the scales have hooked onto it. Oh my gosh. Quite embarrassing if I do say so myself. But we do have things on the darker, more subtle side. I also have a section of things that are reversible as well. Because we do have others that travel as well. While traveling, they don't want to bring attention to themselves. But once back in society, they do want something that's just a little more oomph to it. So on the inside, it's got a nice, little bit brighter pattern. But that really doesn't show when it's against you and you've got it on. clothing wise. The cloak sort of things, those you do see the inside if you get one that's darker on the outside and brighter on the inside. But we do have ones of those where it's just dark on both sides through and through. Although some of them do have nice embroideries or some beading, just to add a little bit of something, but not too terribly much, so they don't really um catch the unwanted eye.
Ooh. Up my alley. Do you like that? Go look at those. Kind of cuddles off and it's like really quick. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you need a sizing as well, I can give you little measurements. But if you just want to kind of dig around, feel free. Oh, we do have a sell going on. 2 outfits for the price of 1. Yes, you can mix and match. So if you're both only looking for 1 outfit, you can get the sell price basically half off. Since you came in together, I wouldn't mind giving you guys that discount. Or if you both want more than 1 outfit, whatever you need, but just so you're informed.
Ooh.
Just from across the shop is okay.
And then, while you two are shopping, we are down a turtle this session, but the turtle that is here,
Yes.
what does Gar wish to do once he's done eating the foods, getting the pamperings?
Waste things for his time. Okay, I'm going to go and just kind of wander the city for a little bit. See if they've got like any I don't know, small dinosaur pet shops.
Make me maybe a perception check.
It would help if I had my dice. Perception, that is a... Wow, math is not my friend. 12.
12. I'd say it takes you some time to wander around into the right area, but eventually you do actually come across what you can definitely tell is like a pet vendor. There's cages galore. You can hear some squawkings. And you can see a myriad of there's I am blanking on what they're called all of the sudden. The little tiny guys with the feathers that hop good.
That's...
Parakeets?
No, the
Cockatoos?
dinosaur ones.
Archaeopteryx?
I think I'm thinking of the Archaeopteryx. The ones that you guys saw some of and fed a bunch.
Yeah.
Micro
I think that was the
raptors? Yeah.
Archaeopteryx.
There are some of those in cages. There are also some just brightly colored birds. There are some a wide variety of snakes. There are a few like they're these ones are in the exotic section, and the exotic section is actually things like mice, rats, and what
Gerbil.
yeah, hamster, guinea pig, gerbil, ferret, those down here are the exotics.
You have to sign a waiver to make sure that they're not going to be feeders. They're going to be your pets. Feed something.
There is a different section labeled of foods, and they do have other ones that are the feeders.
Well, I would like to inquire about the price of one of those little Archaeopteryx little guys.
Going over, you get greeted by a gentleman that has more scars than scales at this point in his life. And he goes, I see you're looking at these little guys here, and kind of pats the cage. I go out and collect them myself. Everything here, me or my partner go out and collect ourselves. We only bring back the finest quality specimens.
Hmm. And how much are you charging for one of your specimens?
It's one of those little guys. We're just looking at 15 gold for these guys.
All right. And you wouldn't happen to know about any potion sellers in town, do you?
What type of potions you looking for? Is it potions, alcohol potions, or potions, mumbo jumbo?
Mumbo jumbo. I've got plenty of the alcohol potions on me.
More of the mumbo jumbo variety. Where would she be right now? There is a stall that's sometimes open when she's ain't in with her little froglets. But see, there's a lady that owns the froglet tent, so she kind of hangs out in there sometimes, and then on occasion, on her leisure, finally goes and runs her other stall.
So if she's not at her stall, then check the frogs.
Yeah, precisely.
Well, thank you very much. And I'm going to take the critter, make my way over to the stall, and see if she's there or not.
And the little critter comes with one of them little like ankle bands with the small chain to it that you can kind of like hook on a claw or something. It's got a
Yes.
little leash. You. Yeah, I'll roll. I'm gonna roll to see where she's at. You find that you are in luck. As you make your way over to where you're pointed out to go, you find a very tall for what you're used to, like the smaller froglets and like Tavish, for instance. She's about twice Tavish's height. This is twice the height of the others. So not necessarily tall as a individual per se, because if I recall, tortoises are like you guys are one of the taller races. But she is setting up. It looks like the closed sign has been put down on the counter, but the open sign hasn't necessarily been hung at the opening yet. But the entryway is like tied open. And she's setting bottles down. You can hear the occasional clink of glass as she shuffles things around.
I would like to just walk in.
Yeah, you walk on in. Takes a second for her to notice, but then she kind of gives you a nod and continues setting up. Yeah, it hangs the open sign finally, and then goes, need help looking, or you know what you're getting into already?
I was hoping that you could assist me with something. You wouldn't happen to have any potions that'll allow you to communicate with animals.
She goes, they taste horrendous, but yes. And then she taps a bottle and points out the row of them.
Perfect. I will select one of the animal speaking potions. Speaking with animal potions. How much for this?
Need to get out my pricing chart. Ooh, ooh. That is a level. Come on. Load. That's level 1. Okay. She tells you, she goes, each bottle, 3 uses, 50 gold.
I will hand over 50 gold.
Yeah, it counts it out once it's passed over and gives you a nod. And goes, a pleasure.
Likewise. And then I will go to a nice, quiet place so I can try and strike an accord with my new buddy.
Beautiful. Going into a quiet place. You find out that you have quite an excited little guy. Very energetic, will listen, but occasionally takes a couple, like, you find out it's best to tell him to do something once clarify what you told him to do and then let him go do it, sort of vibes. But that he is very excited to really just do anything or chill. But chill doesn't quite seem his MO, as when he would be quote unquote chilling on like your arm or shoulder or something, the head is on a constant swivel looking around.
Well then, I think that we can come to a nice agreement here. You can stay on my shoulder, get fed 2 square meals a day, get protection, and all I need in return is you to keep your eye out for anything that I might not see, and for any small miscellaneous shiny things that are needing to be requisitioned. Of course, only do that last part if there are no witnesses.
Gives a little wing salute and repeats, keep eye out and eye out shiny things and get to the shiny things. Got it.
Get shiny things only if there's no one around.
Don't get caught. Got it.
Exactly. Could this possibly go wrong? Kleptomaniac little lizard. I will. I'm just gonna make my way back to the tavern area, because there's not much more I can think of doing right now. Nice cities aren't exactly my scene. No good combat rings.
How you make your way to the main tavern. Tavish, you had made your way into the tavern.
You see Tavish in the corner, like, with a single mug of ale in his hands, looking down at the table.
Oh, Frog is alone.
Has anyone approached him to ask to lick him in the in the bar?
Well, let me see.
Roll for
Poor
lick.
chum.
He has been asked to be licked by exactly 2 people so far.
Hell yeah. It's gonna be 5 gold a pop, please. The price has gone up.
Price has gone up. We'll say they were both willing. They think you're a reputable frog dealer.
I'll have
Frog
you know
dealer?
I'm
Slime
fresh off the
dealer?
spot. I feel like it's
Mucus
frog
dealer.
It is not slave, it is mucus.
He's a peddler of the flesh.
The flesh.
Don't look too far into it.
Oh my gosh. Beautiful. Okay, so Gar, yeah, you settle into the tavern.
Waves.
Cho, are you here? Are you alive?
Is alive.
You are alive. You've been reading things.
Oh.
And kind of exploring a little. It's a smaller room. You I'm trying to remember exactly what you had asked for.
Access
As far
to
as what
the records that weren't public. The histories and scrolls that weren't public.
That's okay. What would you be reading?
Hopefully the scrolls and texts that aren't public.
Well, yeah. I'm just trying to think
Listeners.
about exactly what information to give you first, so to speak. What would So at first you definitely find things that align with the there was a like separation and the people came down here sort of thing. But then you end up finding the um information on why there was a, a separation. And you end up finding that during the Great War, basically towards the end of it, there were some survivors that didn't want to deal with it anymore and had known about this region, this underground area, and basically wanted to go and hide out. They were, done with death, done with dying. And the rest of the group consider that deserting, basically. We all need to stand and fight because why give up the sky, why give up the fresh air, our world. And so that caused a separation of the leaders. Some of them went underground, some of them stayed above ground, but what they weren't anticipating was when the war was over, there was a great earthquake. They call it we'll call it the Great Shakening because I think that's funny. Uh, there was a great shakening that actually seemed to bury them deeper and um caused them to not be able to find the surface anymore. They thought that they would always have a way back up, so when things cleared up, that they could just, go back up. And that didn't happen. At first, that made people very afraid and nervous because of how big and how dangerous the creatures were down here. It had been years and years and years since anything this large, aside from dragons, um reptile wise, um you traveled the world, lived on it.
Mhm.
And they were afraid of having to compete with that until a leader arrived. This leader was said to be one of dark scales and keen mind in the writing. And that this leader calmed the masses and taught them how to handle the wildlife, how to thrive, how to build the temple. When that was first happening, there were a few groups that didn't quite like some of the choices being made. They feared that making what seemed like too docile of a people, of a group, would mean weakness. And so a couple groups split off, making a couple other temples down in this underworld region. You would end up finding that over the years, the leadership would pass on from it says mother to daughter, and that no one's fought it, no one's questioned it. Everything's been going so smoothly, so calmly. Why dispute it is basically what the text information gives you. That would be the basics of it. You would find text that seem to have a little more um to you it would say it would probably seem in odd in-depth information about the gods, because instead of it being from a viewpoint of this is a god of this domain, so they're worshipped for this and this is how they've helped the people, it's on the viewpoint of this is the powers that this god has shown.
Mhm.
And there is one of those for each of the gods. Yeah, I would say that's what you've been reading while you've been in that room.
Okay.
So while you've been reading, you haven't been checked on since you left. She just shut the door behind her when she had left. What would you like to do?
So those scrolls that seem to have more in-depth stroke, personal information or whatever it wants to be described as. I want to use some sheets of parchment from my backpack and make a very quick, note of, information from them. Starting with the
Yeah.
one that we're down here for, which is... My brain's gone smooth. Which one are we here for?
We're not down
You
here for
didn't-
any of them.
Oh, right, okay. I thought we already had an idea of which one it was that was down here.
Nope.
Okay.
You came down here because the earth opened up and you got curious.
Uh-huh.
The Hans failed to roll.
Went down.
And we're better for
Yep.
it.
But yeah, make notes of, say, information that doesn't seem to be common knowledge kind of stuff, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not going to copy the entire scroll. It's just notes.
Yeah, like your own like shorthand notes sort of vibes. Yeah, so you're working on that.
Mhm.
While you are doing that, we're gonna pop back to the shoppers. Poppyseed and Kari.
Kari.
You know, had I known you were gonna be like this, I rather would have taken Tavish challenge.
Which one should I get? This one or this one? It holds up 2 shirts.
Well, can't you? They're on sale, aren't they?
Oh, I suppose I could get both.
Ugh. Remind me of my sister. Just get both if you can get both.
You have a sister. Noted.
Anyway.
Oh no, do go on.
Nope. You don't need to know. Get both of them.
Okay. The clip clops over to the lady.
She look, as you're clip clopping over, you find something you like.
Oh yes, both of these actually.
Oh, those are fine specimens, aren't they?
Yes, I like how they shimmer.
You know, it took some time collecting the scales for both of those.
Well, it certainly is a good look. How much would these be? You said that there was a sale going on.
Yes, a 2-for-1 right now. Those happen to be, those happen to be 8 gold. So instead of 16, it would just be the 8. Again, buy one get one.
Oh, wonderful. Rummages around and gets out 8 gold.
She goes, and That one there, she points to one of your shirts. It happens to be the second picture that you had posted with the more flat, kind of shimmery look. She goes, that one has a little bit of a flare to it. You can change the way it shows the color in its shine. A bit of a enchantment, if you will.
Ooh.
Yeah. For the most part, it just has that kind of rainbowy, sort of darker metallic shine. But if you kind of think about it hard enough, the scales themselves will kind of sheen and then ripple all in one color.
Well, I will definitely be doing that. Just looks back over. Kari, have you found anything?
No, I just kept getting pestered by this really persistent centaur.
Oh, is there someone else here?
Just tiptoe so that her face can be seen above the racks of clothing. Just gives him a look and then just like drops down and continues looking.
Well, if you need help finding something, I'm right here.
Yeah, I don't think I even need to be looking for something stealthy. You're gonna get all the attention you need.
I really do like to stand out.
Well, if you like to stand out, have you thought of a blanket for your other half?
Um, I'm 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 not married.
No, no, I meant your
He means your horse. Your horse part, weirdo.
Oh, no, do you have options?
I have a few. It's more like very thin shawls or scarves, so you won't overheat. But I have a few with varying patterns and colors. Um, that you might very well like. And she hustles over and brings them back, kind of draped over her arms. And she shows them like one after the other, kind of folding one over and then the other to show you the individual ones.
Oh, yes, yes. But, yeah, yes, I will take one of those.
It was perfect. Um, they're just a single gold.
Yep, yep. Well, we'll hand over a gold.
And you, miss, have you found anything you like?
She is gonna bring over 2 cloaks that are reversible, that are dark on one side and help her sneak, and then the other ones have like on the other side have a kind of the purple that matches her feathers.
Yeah, you'd be able to find that. Easy peasy.
I
She kind of looks what you've got over, and she goes, "Oh, those ones, again with a buy one get one, it's 5 gold."
okay. Yeah.
She looks to the both of you. Yeah, anything else, dears?
Oh no, I am well taken care of now.
Well, if you ever need anything else, please, please, do come back.
We will. Alright.
Bro, is your portable boogie bomb. Oh my gosh.
All we gotta do is like cast light, and does that count as dancing lights? Is that a dancing light spell? If you cast it on his
If
shirt?
you cast light or light a torch and Poppyseed dances, we'll count that as dancing lights.
We just got a
Yo,
free level at Bard. What is this shit? Let's go.
we're about to head to the tavern now. Let's go.
Holy
You
fuck,
need to
dude.
get, and then you need to cast Irresistible Dance,
Oh my gosh.
and we're golden.
All right, dude. Pick up chicks. Dude walks in 3 hours later, fully dripped out, like a fuck damn disco ball.
Funny part is I can cast light on myself.
You have a party with a horse.
Darkness.
Oh my
Nay,
God.
nay. Counterspell.
Can't smell. Get fucked.
Flaming sphere. There you go. There's some light for you.
Oh.
Why is it spicy? Oh god, he's dead.
I suppose we made Tavish wait long enough, should we?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. It is hard to not notice Poppyseed as he walks into the bar.
Poppyseed has changed shirts to the one that he can change colors. It is decked out full rainbow.
Beautiful. I had a feeling.
It looks like Color Pie threw up on him.
Are those scales?
I think they might be.
I don't know how I feel about that. I'll be honest with you. Feels a wee bit like cultural appropriation, if you ask me. But, you know, I don't have scales, so what am I to say?
I don't care about someone going scale face, so
Oh my god.
I thought they stopped doing that a while ago.
10 out of 10.
Nowadays, it's only like the mayors that get caught having done it in the past.
Oh my gosh.
Jesus Christ.
Don't worry. They're ethically sourced scales. It's okay.
Well, he is certainly making a statement.
that's one way to put it. Who knows? Folk like weird things here. They like licking you after all. They might go for the loud horse.
But it's not a sexual thing with me, I don't think. At least not to my knowledge. It's more like a recreational drug thing.
I've known many people to have an intimate relationship with their drugs.
I really hope no one's going and getting off after they lick me, because that was if I'm gonna have to start charging more. So I feel a wee bit uncomfortable with that. At least, like, be worth it that way.
Can
Speaking of
Kari
getting licked,
over to where Tavish and Turtle are?
Yeah. Yeah.
Straight up sneak over there.
Roll your stealth.
Oh, that's,
See how good you're sneaking up on them.
that's a 25.
well, that beats my passive.
Yeah, that beats my passive as well.
How you want to scare the
Does
shit out of them?
lizards see him?
She just she gets steps behind them, but like between them.
Def-
So what do you think of the living disco ball?
Oh, what the fuck? Where did you come from?
That's not
I
polite
get
to do.
I get extra sneaky now because we have a living disco ball.
I mean, he does take the attention off.
Definitely.
Not in the best of ways, but
I'm
feel
sure
like-
there's plenty of people who are going to be into it, or at least down here.
That's true. I do feel like if it was anyone else, it would be a downright no, but like I'm struggling to say no because it's him, and I hate it a wee bit. Anyways, you took your fucking time. Looks over at Kari.
Gives them a smug grin and then shows them that they went shopping.
I see. Well, I'll have you know, while I was sitting here taking a drink or two, I was in fact making passive income. All I had to do was
They're
make a wee
they're
investment.
licking you again, right?
They were like, but I charged a more price. And God and I were here having a conversation. And I might have to charge more than I thought initially because, people might be getting the rocks off to me. And I don't know how I feel about that, but I want more money for it.
Fair.
That's all I'm going to say. If you're going to wet your whistle to me, at least let me get more money out of it. Anyways, how was
So-
shopping?
Don't go shopping with him. No matter what you do.
Is it that bad?
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
It was get 2 for 1. 2 for 1 price.
Hey,
He's still debating between 2 shirts.
just get them both. It's 2 for
That's
1.
what I told him.
Double down and get 4 for the price of
God,
2. If
no.
you're swapping, that's like, yeah, no, never mind. Don't tell him
Oh,
that.
Yeah,
It's
please
gonna have a
don't.
conniption.
Exactly. And we're not strong. I'm not strong enough to carry the Hans around.
I might be, but I don't want to.
I am. No. Need to be bulky.
How strong are you?
Very.
You could just carry him to like maybe where the frog tent or something, and then just leave him there.
We could.
Do
not
frogs
putting 'em
like
there.
licking horses? Would it work in reverse?
I don't. I was gonna say I don't think so, but I don't know. After this point, I thought I was poisonous, and now all of a sudden I can get people
You're an
high. So,
aphrodisiac?
well, that too apparently. I'm just gonna admit I don't know shit about my kind.
Fair enough.
But the first step is admitting it.
You didn't either. Fuck you.
Why would I know that?
You have people underground too.
But yeah, I probably would have paid someone to just stay and have him in the tent with him or something, and just make him freak out.
That's all you, Turtle Man. I'm not going in there. I hate that
Yeah,
place.
I'm not much for licking frogs.
I'm not much for being around frogs like that.
We don't have the most normal conversations, do we?
We don't, but you know, that's
You
fine.
find normal.
It's fun. That's what matters.
True and true.
Gar, you suddenly feel some wild tippy taps on your foot.
I look down.
Your little guy has what looks to be a pocket watch in his beak.
Uh-oh. I would like to very discreetly take that.
Once it has been retrieved, just begins darting off back under tables and looking around. Like it is clearly on a mission for floor sparkles.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye on him, make sure he's not rifling through patrons' pockets and no one's specifically looking for him.
Yeah, you can tell like he hasn't caught anyone's eye as of yet. Like he is crawled / flown, clambered under the radar.
After he comes back to me like one or two more times, I'm just gonna kind of scoop him up and stick him on my shoulder, just tell and hold up a piece of meat. And just tell him, you stay put for a little while.
You would probably break back a gold piece or two. So yeah, you get like a couple gold before he is shoulder restricted. um Haunt, Poppyseed,
Hi.
living disco ball.
Hi.
What's Poppyseed doing?
Well, he got left alone, last I knew, because Kari ran
Mhm.
off.
Yep.
If I look around this place, what kind of people are here?
There are there's some people drinking, some people chatting and eating. There is an area where music is coming from, where like some people are kind of drunkily jiving to the music. There are a couple tables of card games going on. Yeah, that is kind of the scene. I would say you'd be able to spot your party's table.
Uh, uh, I think I'll go up to the bar and order myself a drink. Look around, see if anybody's staring at a centaur.
Dude,
Everyone.
so many people are staring. There are so many eyes on you right now. Really, when you order, like you are given your drink, but the bartender is kind of looking you up and down like you are a puzzle stronger than his brain can figure out.
Poppyseed is what if the more you know rainbow was a person.
It was a half person. Get it right.
Yeah.
That's half a horse right there.
The star is the person, the rainbow is the haunt.
The more you haunts.
The more you hunt.
Oh
The
my
more you
gosh.
Let's try to lock eyes with someone that's staring at me here.
All right. Let's see.
Preferably a female.
They're preferably female. All right. Yeah.
Reading Hanspo.
You are. No, it's not there. Is it right here? You try a couple times to lock eyes. For a lot of people, when you try and lock eyes or look at them, it's a lot of oh shit, I've been caught, kind of quick look aways, I wasn't staring, sort of vibes. Until you finally catch the eye of where roll
Whoop.
roll me a d4.
A D4. That's a 4.
That's a 4. You end up locking eyes with a violet scaled individual. Her lower jaw, neck, and chest, as well as underside of her tail, are all a very light cream. The rest of her scales a very vibrant pink with some darker purples. And her hair matches her scales. She is in a silver dress, has a drink in her hand, and is one of the ones that is standing kind of has been vibing with the music, but has definitely been looking at you since you entered all sparkly and bright. And here is her image.
Right, okay. Poppyseed just gives a quick glance over to Tavish and then he walks over to her.
As you, 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 walk over. She gives a smile and goes, you're a little dressed up for this spot, don't you think?
I mean, I could say the same for you.
She says, oh, this thing, it's more of a simple dress.
No. Don't sell yourself short. Look, I know we don't know each other, but dare I say that if beauty were time, you would be an infinite display of it. I believe you are one that could make even the stars jealous of your radiance. Now, I humbly ask, since I saw that you have been staring, I just ask to steal a fraction of your time to share a conversation or even an experience with someone as captivating as you. He does a little hair flick.
She goes, "Ugh, captivating as me? Here, you're the one that has been catching the eye of everyone."
And here I am standing before you.
It's, there does happen to be a table we could go to over there that's open. I didn't quite have a table before.
Shall we? And he holds out a hand.
She takes his hand and walks over. As they go, she goes, my name's Nadell, by the way.
I'm Poppyseed.
Poppyseed, like the flower.
Yes.
How delightful.
So, Nidell, tell me, what found you in this place?
Oh, well, it's a frequent. I happen to enjoy the music. What about yourself? You're clearly new not only to the building but to the area by the looks of you.
Oh, yes, I found myself literally falling down into this place. Um, so I figured why not just come here, explore a little, and see what experiences I could have down here.
Well, we do have quite the experiences.
Oh?
Have you tried the spa?
I have not. I have heard about it, though.
It is quite grand, though I don't know what you don't appear to have scales,
Oh, no.
so I don't know what they would have to treat you or what would be good for you. I just kind of know what treatments I go there for to keep my scales nice and healthy and with a bit of a shine.
Well, whatever they're doing there, it's clearly working.
I would hope so.
Uh, any other things that you would suggest I do down here?
Well, there are some places for some mind-altering experiences. Um, Other than that, it just really depends on who you know. A few of us do on occasion hold some parties. A little bit better music, a little bit better food. Um, where the whole area instead of just a little corner of the building is up and dancing. Um, and then it just depends on what you want to do with whom as well, I suppose.
And were you looking to get anything out of it tonight?
There's a bit of a eyebrow quirk, and she is, well, I've already been getting quite the new experience with speaking with you. What idea more did you have?
Well, have you ever been flying above your city?
No, I have not ever had my feet really uh, off the ground per se. You don't have wings.
No, but I do have some magical flair, if you will. Would you like to see?
Interesting. Well, you definitely have my curiosity piqued.
Well, then shall we leave this place and I'll take you for a ride?
She okay, gives a smile and chuckles and goes, certainly, let's leave.
He'll take her hand and walk out.
What is the peanut gallery?
gonna say it's not much of a bet if there's not two of you out there.
Two's company, three's a crowd, maybe? I don't know.
There's supposed to be a competition. I mean, I'm still gonna pay him, but like, Kari didn't even fucking try.
Were you gonna go up against the living disco ball?
Ah, you know, that's a fair point.
Mm.
I'll concede that one to you. That's fair. I don't want to compete against that.
Nope.
Nope.
I already described him as trying to be out of one of those romance stories, and now he blends in a wee bit too much. And the Turtle and I were talking cultural appropriation, but I don't have scales. How do you feel about that?
I mean, the scales were just harvested. They weren't taken off of anybody or anything that I know of.
No, that I kind of
That's
feel like it gives
fine.
him
I
an
don't care.
edge.
They don't care, and they sold it to him. I don't really care.
I don't know.
Yeah, I
He's
really
too
don't
hot.
care
It's not
either.
fair.
You're smelling a little jealous there, Tavish.
I have a date. I'm fine.
Oh, yeah. I remember. I met your date.
Oh, so you went to the spa, I see.
Yes, I did.
So
I
what you
gotta look
think?
my best. Eh, not my cup of whiskey, but you do you.
I feel like it's a wee bit better for frogs because, like, you have the whole effect of, getting like added benefits for your slime. And turtles don't have. Do you have slime?
Not in the way you think.
I don't want to know what kind of slime you have anymore.
But what is a slime but a sauce with a purpose?
Don't know what you said, but it frightens me.
In any case, when is your date?
Good question. What is my date? I was supposed to
Uh,
see we were sticking around. I remember that much.
Mm-hmm.
you
And
were
then
supposed
Couple of
to see
days.
if you were sticking around, and then if you were, you were supposed to go back and tell her.
that's a good question. Well, she's probably still working because the turtles went and saw her at work while she was working. So I'll you know, I was supposed to let her know, so I'll probably do that within like the next couple of hours or so. Assume it. What time is it?
Um,
Yes.
at this point, we're gonna say like it's evening.
Is it quitting time for most of the people?
You at this point they're not necessarily quitting time. Like it depends on the thing. Like a lot of the eateries and things that have like food and drink, those are still open. Um, you would notice a handful of the shops are like half closed. Like getting ready to close like in a bit, but still have like some shoppers. Um, so they don't want to like lose out on a sale sort of vibes. Um, but yeah, everything's calming down.
Kind of looks out the window and looks back over. It's just like, you know, should probably get going here shortly because I was supposed to let her know if we were staying in town or not. So Poppyseed's gone. I guess I'll pay him later since he's wandered off with his date. And you two have a nice night. Dips out.
Fun.
Um, Kari and Gar, make me a. I think insight fits the best. Make me an insight roll.
Oh no. Okay.
That's a 7.
Fine. That is a 23.
Kari, you're start. You ass. Mimic me over fucking there, bitch. Oh. Shit, what was it? Oh. You're realizing that it's been a hot second since anyone's heard hide or tail from Chou.
Gar,
Mm,
where's the panda?
I thought he was with you.
I thought. Oh shit. How do we lose him in the midst of all of these kind of people?
I don't know, you'd think that fur would really stand out around scales.
I know.
I was gonna go and poke around a little bit more, but I guess we should probably find him, make sure he hasn't gotten into too much trouble. Or
I
worst case
know.
scenario, he's just licking frogs or something else.
Yeah. But yeah, we need to make sure that he's not in trouble because then it might come back to us and that's not going to be good.
No.
Okay, let's go.
We're hunting pandas.
Not fucking hunting me at all, you bastards.
That's
How
where
do
you're
we lose
wrong,
the guy
man.
that big?
Hunting we will go.
You ain't hunting me at all. Don't forget,
that's
I
not
am still a bear.
true.
I can still eat meat if I want to. Turtle and chicken sounds good on the menu.
You're a panda.
You're a panda.
As long as it doesn't set off that toot flute again.
That's part of that's part of what'll set it off.
Hey, better the toot flute than the skin flute.
I'll leave that to Kari.
Yeah.
No.
God damn it.
Well, let's find the panda.
I honestly can't remember if either of you had any inclination of where he went.
I don't.
I don't. Wasn't he with us
Well-
before he left?
Was it Tavish and Poppyseed that
They went on dates. Son of a bitch.
Well,
I think
I
Chou.
think it was.
I think Chou just woke up and went to the temple.
No. I
That's
had left
what
it
it was. Chou had the letter and then went to the temple, right? So, yeah, the last place to start your search would be the rooms, Kari, because Tavish, correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought you had said that you told the others that you left a note for him.
I don't remember if I told the others or not, but I definitely left a note for Chou. So Chou knows. And I think I mentioned it in passing to one of the people that I talked with.
I thought you mentioned it to Kari.
Checking my notes.
It's been too many sessions
Yeah, it's been we've
and
had
a
a little bit of
holiday
break between.
Mhm. Yep.
and so
My brain doesn't work
convoluted.
that in the first part, anyways. So
And didn't the note just say something along the lines of like, "Hey, we're meeting at the tavern to
Oh, it was
figure
like the
stuff
bare
out," or
minimum.
something like that?
I think Tavish was just like went to explore. Just kind of
Oh,
outlining what
that's
happened. And he just said
right.
we split off, went to
Yeah.
explore, yada yada yada.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
basic as shit. I told him almost nothing. I remember that much.
But at least, Kari, you would know that Chou went to go nap. So you would know where to start your search.
Yeah, that's where she would be heading first.
Um,
No, he's been awake since then because there was the discussion before Tavish went off to the spa. Chou and Tavish were, it was looking like it was going to come to another round 2 of the fighting ring. Because Chou had tried to scoop Tavish up by the ankle.
I thought that was before your nap.
No,
Is that after your nap?
that was after the nap.
Shit. This is what happens when we skip a week for holidays.
Should we just say he mentioned that he was heading to the temple? Yeah, that way. He hasn't said which temple, but he's just said, "I'm going to the temple."
It would have been to Tavish anyways, though.
Mm-hmm.
So Kari wouldn't know that you woke up and wouldn't know that you went to the temple, and neither would Gar. Tavish, no. Beautiful. Well, now that we've come to that conclusion, yeah, Kari, you would still be checking the bedroom, and finding no Chou in sight. A question though, Chou, would you have taken the note with you, or would you have left it on like the bedside?
I'd have left it. There was no need for me to take it, so.
Yeah, it wasn't like revealing or anything.
No. No, it was one of those to pick up, read, and okay, put down.
So yeah, Kari and Gar, you would get to the rooms, find a note to Chou from Tavish. And how do you want to proceed from there?
Would Kari be able to do the sniffing?
I can do sniffception. It will be a little harder because of all the incense and smells in the air, but not impossible.
Okay. Because of sniffing, that is a 25.
Nice. You are able to suss out and follow your nose. I assume Gar follows the sniffing Kari.
Yep, I don't got much else to do.
And Kari, your
Steve.
nose with a 25 does in fact lead you to the temple.
It's the devolution of the Bloodhound.
Yes. Bamboo Tuchang, yeah. I would say you can tell that the smell, like, you don't have a leaving smell, like it doesn't trail off anywhere else. But like you don't see him
Yeah.
in there anymore. But like that's where his smell do be. Who knew flatulence would save the day? Fucking Poppyseed. What you want to do, Kari?
She is gonna go over to the person who isn't busy and just kind of lightly taps her arm. Excuse me. Have you seen shit, I don't even need that big of a descriptor. Have you seen a sucking bear? Black and white. Kind of like he kind of comes around here. He does pray. I think he is a priest kind of guy.
Yeah, yes, actually. He was recently taken back for a meeting with Lady Thedrioth. Hasn't come out yet though.
Well, okay, so if he's busy, I don't want to. Yeah, we won't interrupt.
There, as you're saying that, a different one of the other individuals comes like hustling over and goes, sorry, did you say you were with the large furry individual?
Yes.
Perfect. I was actually told by the lady to if any of you came through because you were doing a she didn't tell me what kind. She said you were doing a search of some kind and all needed some information and that we would be helping with that and to bring you back into the meeting room and then go and get her in the Well, she's in the records room with him currently. So to take you to the meeting room and then go get her from the records room. So if you don't mind following me, I could take you to both to the meeting room.
Okay.
She gives a smile. He goes, perfect. Just, right this way. She's walking. He was very curious about the gods. When he came in, it was quite fun to tell him what I had actually learned thus far. Right this way, and she opens a door, and there's a desk, a couple chairs, and she goes, if you wouldn't mind just sitting down, um, would you like something to drink? Um, I can bring you some water if you like while you wait. It really shouldn't be too long.
I'm good.
Yeah, we're fine. Thank you.
Alrighty. Well, we'll be right back. And she hustles out the door, shutting the door behind her. And you are left in the room. With that though, Poppyseed.
Hey yo.
Uh-oh.
Hey yo. Where are you leading? I forgot her name. Nadel.
Literally outside and then just like patting the saddle.
Beautiful, beautiful. She it's a little awkward because she's not quite sure how to like get up. I assume you probably like
I help her up.
hunker down, help
Yeah.
her up a little bit, yeah,
Mhm.
sort of thing. But yeah, she gets situated.
Alright. And he's just like, hold on to me if you need to. And he'll like reach back to take her arms and wrap them around his waist like you would on a motorcycle to someone riding it. And then
Yeah.
uh and then he'll cast fly with extended spell on it so it lasts 20 minutes and he flies up above the city.
Beautiful, beautiful. As you start going up, there is the immediately like instant like startled squeeze. Like, I mean, you had explained they were gonna go flying, like you were gonna go up, it was gonna be in the air, but like that still doesn't stop the
Like you're going on a roller
not
coaster
gut
for the first
reactions.
time.
That's not the right term. Yeah, yeah. Um. So there's a moment where you do get squozed, not uncomfortably so, but squozed nonetheless. Before she like slightly eases up as she's looking around, and goes, "This it's actually not that bad. Definitely don't want to fall, but not bad up here."
I wouldn't have you fall. Trust me. Just
You know,
enjoy the view.
I will enjoy the view, thank you. Um, she kind of looks around and goes, "Oh, you can actually see." Um, he points off into the distance and go that direction there. You can almost Yeah, just barely, if you, I mean, really, if you know what you're looking for, see the very top of one of the other temples. That's actually the one I was hatched in.
Oh, interesting. What made you come this way?
Um, well, I more so for work. Um, I most people don't necessarily like to talk about it. I handle people's last rites.
Oh, I see.
Um, handle how they wish to be buried, make sure they can't come back from the dead. Make sure they just properly pass on, as well as if they had any wills, that those get properly handled without family squabbles and things like that.
Do you work with the temple?
I work alongside with um the temple here, yes. Um, I'm not necessarily with that one specifically. Each of the different areas has their own temples, and I work with each of them.
Ah. And I mean, I don't really want to keep talking about business if you don't want to.
Oh, it's no bother. I don't mind.
Uh, so you had work here that you had to do.
Yes.
Have you noticed this place being different than the other temples? Are they each their own, like, culture? Because I've noticed that the people around here are very mellow.
This is definitely the one that has people that are the easiest to get along with. That's for sure. All of them do have, just looking in, um, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. Um, the dress looks the same, the people look the same. Um, there might be slight differences at whatever style is like in at the time. But if you're really not on top of those things, you wouldn't notice. Um, there, I would say, the one that I pointed out, the one I was actually hatched in, um, they unfortunately do have a little bit of the theft problem currently, but for the most part, they're just fine. No issues. No one fighting or squabbling. Um,
Does it
they're
does it also have all this incense around in the air?
um I wouldn't say the same incense, but they do have an incense. There are a few that help keep away bugs. So it's honestly a heavy part of society and in the homes even. Because one of the other ones we have, instead of more of a mostly community rooms area. It's more built into like home sections, if you will, family kind of apartment areas, and even in those, you'll still catch the smell of incense going on, just because they're, especially when one's been traveling, um, you don't want scale mites. And there's a couple instances that really just keep them away quite well, so we just kind of keep those lit all the time. I guess you don't really notice the incense too much when you're so used to it, now that you have asked about it.
I'm someone from outside. I'm just merely curious.
Is there... I mean, the one with the least amount of incense, um, it does kind of looks off in a different direction and ends up shaking her head. She's like, I can't spot that one from up here. Um, but that one, I would definitely say they have the least amount of incense. You know, I wonder if incense just makes people happier in general. I must say, I personally love all the smells and having it around. It's just so soothing and calming. And the one place that has the least of it is, I would definitely say, is the most angry. There's I would say fighting and shouting and bickering. That there isn't a day where someone is fighting about not being able to set up their tent in the right section, or someone else putting out their displays too far into their area. Um, there's always something that's an issue there, and I don't know. Honestly, I hate going over there.
Well, I do hope that gets sorted out at some point. But if I look around, is the city laid out in any oddly shaped pattern at all?
No, no, not.
Well, 'cause like cities are like laid out in like a grid or some sort of,
Yeah.
way. I was just wondering if this was like oddly shaped at all.
Um, the it's more so like what you can see is like very much so your generic like pyramid-esque shape that like disappears into the natural ground dirt. I want to call it mountainside, but it's not mountainside because you're underground earth side.
Right, right.
Because most of it is underground with a couple places where you can see like the door, and then where a patio sort of thing was made, like the one that Tavish had gone out and eaten on.
Mm-hmm.
Where everything else is just technically underground.
Gotcha. Is there anywhere that you would like to go?
She thinks about it for a moment and goes, I do have
Yes. You have unlocked a new series of questions.
She looks at where you guys are and then out across the water a bit, and she goes, it's a much shorter trip with it being a straight shot and not having to go around the water. Just into the trees a little bit that direction. I actually have a treehouse.
He'll start drifting off that way.
Once you as you get over there, it's a like a modest little apartment sort of vibes. It is a house built into like connecting a couple trees for support. You can see where there's been a few notches to help her with like climbing support to get up to it. There's a little like patio area that you can land on, and
A Hans pad.
Hans pad. Um, Once you've landed, she is where I do have a room in each of the different temples. I also kind of have this central house, so to speak. I made it with my father before he passed, actually.
Oh, my condolences.
It was old age, nothing to no, nothing tragic or anything like that.
Mm.
Um, but welcome to what I consider my actual home. Would you like to come in for a drink, maybe some snacks? If the snacks haven't been stolen by any small critters.
If you wouldn't mind having me.
She no, Awkwardly, because she ain't ever been on the hunts before, slides off your back.
Mm-hmm.
And then goes to her door and opens it and then looks to you and then looks at the door and goes, "Oh, you're going to have to duck a little bit.
Oh,
I didn't think about that."
don't worry. I'm used to it. Gonna limbo inside.
Limbo.
Yep.
With that, yo Tavish,
The Froge.
the Froge. How was the Froge doing?
The Froge is alive.
Is he making his way downtown?
Hopping fast.
Getting licked now.
Slurp.
Yeah. Since the businesses are winding down, Tavish will eventually just kind of make his way back over to the non-froggy spa. And I guess just kind of wait. See when she gets off work.
You definitely get offered like drinks a couple times by like passing workers. But not too terribly long before your date rushes out and gives a smile. It goes, "I thought someone was saying you were here."
I've come back and I do have good news. Apparently, I've talked with the rest of the group and we do plan on spending a wee bit of time here longer. So, do in fact have time for a date or maybe two if the first one goes good.
Lovely. Um, mm, where would you like to go?
Well, seeing as I'm very new to the area, what would you recommend?
Oh, that is true. You probably don't necessarily know the places to go, huh?
I know almost nothing. I know there's a spa and a few other places.
Do
You have the time to listen to me whine.
um do you like dance and music performances?
As long as I'm not the one that has to dance, sure. Because I do have two left feet, I will say.
Well, there is an area where no, you wouldn't have to dance yourself. But they've got some nice food and they've got some individuals that dance. Um, all the tables are kind of around the edge of the area where the center is the dance floor for the performers. Um, I occasionally, for some extra um, money, will work there. Um, like when I was saving up for some fancier clothes. Pick up some extra shifts here or there. And you can get some really good tips there. The belly dancing performers. Do you know? Did you? You said you're not from around here. Where you're from have belly dancing?
Let's make a roll and find out.
Has Tavish heard of lay belly dancing? We shall see.
So not from where I'm from, because it is a wee bit kind of cloistered, but I will say that I have seen it before in my travels. And from the sounds of it, it does seem like I'm a wee bit more glad to have admitted that I can't dance, because it feels like you would absolutely show me up from the sounds of it.
Well, I mean, there's other places that we could go to where we could dance. But since you said you have 2 left feet, I won't force you to go to any of those. That doesn't sound nice. It wouldn't be rude.
I am more than willing to make a fool of myself at any occasion, especially around a pretty lady like yourself. It's just up to you. If you wish to dance with the 2 left feet and a wee froglet.
I'm sure you could be taught some moves.
Sounds like we're going dancing then.
She gives a smile and leads the way. And you guys, roll. Make me a performance check.
Oh, this is where I mentioned I have a +0. I am not a charisma caster, says the paladin. Anyways. For a moment there, that was almost a 2. That's a 12.
All right. Where you're definitely no professional, and you do goof up on occasion. You're not absolutely horrible. You may, in fact, have a right foot and a left foot and just not know how to use them. Further testing is needed. Results are inconclusive, but there may, in fact, be the right and the left. You would definitely be offered drinks as well. Would
Tavish does offer to pay for the drinks since she showed the place. And probably got her toe stepped on a couple times.
Toes stepped on by Froggo.
At least he doesn't weigh too much.
No, plus side, it doesn't actually hurt much when you get your foot stepped on.
Perks of dancing with a frog.
Yeah.
Couldn't
It's
give it a
more
shit.
of that, like, slight startledness, like, ouch, but not actually ouch. Um, though, with Tavish enjoying himself for a while, Kari and Gar. Are you
I agree.
live? Is Kari alive?
Yep.
Um,
I think I am.
you notice that a short moment seems to be becoming a long moment.
Do you smell a rat? I smell a rat.
Yeah, I don't like this. I'm gonna go over. Is the door unlocked?
It is not.
Well then, let me see if I'm as dexterous as I want for. I'm gonna try and pick the lock.
Give me that good roll.
Yeah,
I half expected you to shoot it.
I'm trying to be quiet. I don't want an entire church of wackadoos on my ass quite yet. That's plan B.
Reasonable. Sleight of hand, if you will.
Okay. Eh, 23.
23. It takes a moment. You realize as you're working on this lock that it
Wait,
is.
sorry, that's a I forgot to add my proficiency bonus as well because I'm proficient with those. That's a 28.
Oh snap. Well, with the 28, it's more of a, as you're undoing it, you notice that this isn't your standard basic lock. That it's got this is only because you have so much experience, sort of thing, with picking locks and having handled different locks in your lifetime. Are you like, oh yeah, this is gonna keep someone in if they don't know what they're doing, sort of vibes. But you know what you're doing. So you're able to set all the pins right and maneuver it just so to where it clicks open.
Hmm. Let's click open the lock. Do you have any weapons? I have a sneaking suspicion that we're gonna have to fight our way out of this one.
This, and she kind of pats the hilt of her sword, and she goes, "I have these." Kind of looks at her claws, and then she goes, "And I have these." Smiles.
Okay, stay behind me. I'm going to use my pull out the empty grip, and I'm going to create the flamethrower. The perfect thing
Right.
for tight corridors.
Fatal funnel indeed.
The fatal funnel. Oh goody.
The fatal flamey funnel.
Spicy air.
Why is it spicy?
Why is it spicy? And
Um,
then I'm going to very quietly try and open up the door.
are you?
You're damn
So do
right
you
I
guys
do.
just go down the hallway and back through the door into like the main area?
Well, there's no one on the other side of the door. Kari, do you smell the bamboo toot flute?
I'm gonna do the sniffing.
You do the sniffing. So roll the sniffception.
Sniffception incoming. Finish one more. I got double 19s on the dice.
Hell
26.
Nice.
Okay.
You sniff your way to a door. And you are certain that it is the correct door. You're like, there is no way the concentration of toot flute that's coming out from underneath the door would be coming out from underneath the door if he was not in there.
Found him.
Okay. Let me know if anybody comes, and I'm gonna see if the door is unlocked or if I need to unlock said door.
It is locked.
Then I will unlock said, or at least attempt to unlock said door.
You accidentally double lock it. That's what happens if you roll a nat 1.
Well, I rolled another 28.
Hot damn. Again, you're like, oh yeah, I recognize this type of lock. Put this in here, turn this way, and boop. Chou, you
Yes.
hear the sound at the door before the door opening, and these two at it.
Turn and look at him and be like, what are you two doing here?
Leaving. They tried to lock us in, but they seem to forget that no one puts me in a corner or in a locked room. You're just a stop on the way out. Why are you locked in here?
Well, this is where they keep all their ancient historical records, nice and secure. Probably why they locked it, so I didn't run off with their stuff. I found some quite interesting things here, though.
Oh,
I made notes. They got information on the gods that it's a little bit more personal than just the random followers kind of knowledge, as it were.
well, stuff what you can in your bag. We're leaving.
I've made notes. I won't take them because the person who runs this place, I believe, be a dragon. So I don't particularly fancy fighting a fucking dragon. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no, I second that. That's
So
above my
I'll,
pay grade.
yep. So I'll just leave the original. And just take my notes. I think the phrase I've heard said is soldiers. I'll put the scrolls back grab my notes, put them in my bag, and get up to leave.
Alrighty. As you guys go to leave, do you try peeking through the door to the main area and then kind of sneaking out?
Yes.
Do you? Okay. Roll them stealthy stealths.
Do I? I don't have that spell with this character.
Ah.
I got an 11.
Oh boy.
Ah. I'm rolling at disadvantage.
Well, looks like we're shooting our way out.
We might not have to.
I'm supposed to be the stealthy one, you fucking dice.
Okay,
Oh.
even with
Yeah.
disadvantage, 22.
Well, at least one of us is quiet.
Oh no, I got it.
And I'm in scale mail.
Well,
I
good
rolled a
for you.
3.
I got a nat fucking 1.
I didn't roll well. Oh god.
Oh no.
So the big fat fucking black and white panda in scale mail is the one who's fucking invisible.
So wait,
Kari-
Gar, what did you get again?
I got
got
a
an
nat
11.
1 for an 8.
A 3 for an 11.
11. Okay, yeah. So the panda understood the assignment and got the fuck out of there.
I'm not leaving them though. I am.
Well,
gonna
no,
be
you're
staying
not
with them.
leaving them. Yeah. But you get into the hall, the like outside hallway sort of vibes, and
Mhm.
kind of like turn around, and you see as Gar is like in between, like halfway from the starting doorway to the exit door. When Kari starts to make her way and just completely eats shit, tripping over, you don't even know what, her own foot, her something, you don't
She
It's
know.
doesn't.
it's
She
that new
doesn't even
cloak.
know.
It's that new cloak. It's just slightly too long, and she caught a heel on it.
God fucking
There you
damn
go,
it.
yeah.
Oh fuck!
Should have let Poppyseed.
I am holding an action, ready to cast a spell,
no.
just in fucking case.
As that happens, a couple of the workers swivel, and one of them looks really confused. The other one goes, you're leaving already. Did she? I hope she saw you and helped accordingly. Is there anything I can help you with as you go, or are you all fine?
We're good. Thanks.
All right, certainly. And enjoy the rest of your evening.
You too. Just rubbing her nose.
Just being ghost out of there.
Yep.
John Cena, you don't see me.
Oh my.
I'm gonna stand outside waiting for him. Like, I thought you two were meant to be the stealthy ones.
Shut up.
Yeah, I got no excuses.
flag I had in this cloak. It's new.
It's probably the fact that I used to be in temples, so I'm used to moving around, and that's probably what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, I've done my best to stay out of temples my whole life.
No. Right, should we get the fuck out of here then?
Yes, let's.
Go. Right. Go. I don't know where we're going, so you best fucking lead.
Boogie in.
Where do you guys boogie on off to? You go in a tavern, you go into the room.
Are you going back to the room?
Yeah, I think we need to get everyone together.
Well, it might be a while unless you have other ways of connecting with and finding them.
Well, as I've not seen the tortoises for a while, turtles for a while, the tortoises. It'll be a good chance to catch up on what everyone knows for Chou, and then also share the information he's gained.
Definitely. Tavish.
Frog.
Frog. The You can tell, at least on her side, the date is going well. She's having a blast with your frogginess. What does Le Frog wish to do?
Good question. Well, assumedly, after we've gone dancing, we will have worked up an appetite, so he'll probably ask her for see if she wants to go to grab a bite to eat. Kind of part two the date a little bit.
Yeah. We would definitely offer up a couple different meal options. Pointing out her favorite grub spots.
Usually, in the case of favorites, people list their first favorite, like one of the first options. So he'll just go for that one, and he'll offer to pay for the food as well.
Then you guys end up. It's picture those like street food vendors that do have some like folding tables next to them, but those guys always have like the freaking best food. And they're it's a bunch of stuff like shish kebab style. And they've got everything under the sun skewered. And you basically order a few skewers at a time that they kind of pass over to you like a kind of food bouquet.
Gets the first food bouquet. I feel like I've died and gone to froggy heaven.
Have you never had one of these before? or anything like this before?
I will admit, where I come from, we typically don't do food in bouquets. However, I will be taking this back up with me to the surface and introducing it to the folk, because this needs to be seen.
It's not that hard to do either. And if you like different seasonings before cooking it over the heat, you can just brush them with whatever seasoning mix you want.
You know, I have to say, you have excellent taste.
Thank you.
Gonna munch on his kebab bouquet a little bit, just like. So, other than dancing and your job at the spa, what all do you like doing?
She contemplates it for a moment and goes, well, when there's time, sometimes I read. I've dabbled in painting, but I am horrible at it. Like I don't want to show anyone what I have created. It's horrible. It's fun and relaxing, but horrible.
I, you know, I have to say, felt the exact same way about my dancing.
It wasn't that bad.
Well, then, without seeing any paintings, I'm going to say the exact same thing. I'm sure your art's great.
You are incorrect, but I appreciate it. Um, because other than that, it's just um honestly probably hanging out with a lot of my workmates. We hang out, swap horror stories. Um,
By horror stories, I assume you mean like clients and stuff, right?
yeah, yeah. Sometimes we end up with the most interesting situations.
I'm almost afraid to ask.
Well, okay, so this one's a little more on the tame side. We shed.
Hey,
Some of us it comes off in like one big shed, and sometimes like when it's peeling, we like break it off in chunks. Others they shed scale by scale. Well, occasionally shed gets stuck really bad, and you honestly should kind of get professional help to remove that shed. Well, I got a client that well, it was just having the most awful time with the between the legs region with their shed. Um, but um, and like I didn't know it at the time because I was a bit new to the whole scene as well. Um, Depending on the type of skills that we have, you can actually get tattooed. I didn't know that at the time. I really hadn't seen it on many. Some of them you'll their designs look so natural in color that I just kind of assumed it was just how they grew. I was dumb and naive at the time. But she happened to have a spider tattoo down there. So when I had removed the shed and seen the spider, I screamed and slapped her.
Tavish does his best to hold back a bit of laughter. He's like, I realize now why you said these are horror stories.
I was so embarrassed.
I bet. Well, at least you got a good story out of it. That's a good thing at least.
I think I apologized like 20 times. On the bright side, she was cackling. I was not amused. But she thought it was hilarious. So, I mean, it's on her. So, I mean,
Of all things, a spider to get tattooed on you.
and there too. I
I feel like there's a joke there, but I'm not going to be the one that's going to make it.
kind of gives a shrug. Guess but yeah, that's kind of the sort of stories that we swap. Um, but yeah, it's that's probably about it. Occasionally, I try out a new thing. Like there was one time I tried to see what like jewelry making and beading was all about, but I now have all that stuff in a box under the bed. I occasionally pull it back out and like might throw some beads together, but you just run out of time for stuff. There's probably honestly more boxes of different types of hobbies under the bed and in the closet than I would like to actually admit now that I think about it.
Well, not a bad thing to dabble in things from time to time. Better to have that opportunity to than not be able to at all, right?
It's very true.
That way you can kind of roll through and figure out what you do and you don't like. Don't get hung up on one thing.
I
So-
do have um this one piece I made. Um dabbling with clay and sculptures at the time. That I don't know. I'm pretty proud of. I think it looks cool. I don't know what to call it. It doesn't necessarily look like anything in particular. It's just, a bunch of shapes kind of swirling together, but it was fun to make and pretty, so I kind of just keep it in the corner. Yeah, looks to you and then thinks for a moment, goes, actually, the way the top kind of fans out, you could probably lay in the top of it.
Initially I was picturing something small, but that has changed the entire picture of what I thought. And I know you said you don't show off your art, but I do kind of want to see it.
Oh, I don't show off my paintings. That's a difference.
Ah, so there's a possibility I can come see this then.
You want to see it?
I mean, if you're offering to show, absolutely.
Uh, she gives a nod, and oh, there it goes. 1 second, guys. It's saying that there is a network connection issue through Twitch. Oh, nope, there it goes.
Twitch has decided to eat your bandwidth and not give it back
Mm-hmm.
as a treat.
Yeah, it's saying it's fine now. Um, do-do-do-do. There we go. Nope, now it's saying it's trying to connect again. What is wrong?
I blame Reyna. Listen here, Tiny.
I can't hear you from all the way up there, Gigantor.
Here, let me crouch down. Listen to my knees as they crack.
I will kick your knee. I will kick in your kneecap as you do that.
They're already
Jokes.
cracking for me crouching. Don't do that.
Let's say,
Picketing of the
jokes
Yeah.
on you, Renner. Jokes on you, Renner. He normally pays for that kind of treatment. You're offering to do it to him for free.
Not the knees. I don't know who's paying you
Cease?
kick in the knees, but
Cease and
that's
desist.
something else. Sorry.
No, it's just funny because all of a sudden Discord said it was losing connection. That's why I made the noise, but then you copied it. So
I made a Yoda noise in response.
God.
Trade the Skywalkers, you must.
Tavish, you are led down some pathways and then to a door where she searches for a moment and then pulls out a key and unlocks it, swinging open the door. And it's a little little living room entryway thing. And to one side there's kind of a kitchenette area. And you can tell there's a room and a bathroom. But you will kind of scanning around, you immediately are able to spot this It's probably about a foot taller than you. And it looks like just a bunch of um kind of branches, kind of all like weaving and entangled, but at the top it kind of rounds out, almost like she was trying for a like nest sort of vibe at the top of it. And gestures towards it and goes, "Ta-da!"
Kind of like puts a hand to his chin and nods as he looks it over. It's like, quite the interesting motif you have going on here. I like it. Looks up at it.
And you see it. I think you would probably fit up there.
You know, it half sounds like you kind of want me to see if I do fit up there. I won't lie.
I mean, at first it was just a side thought, but then it became a curiosity. And now that you're here, kind of, like, not gonna lie, kind of. I mean, you don't have to. I mean, I did just want you to, I did like just want you to see it, but like this is probably one of those what's it called, thoughts that should just say thoughts and in your mind, but have in fact come out because you're a little too curious.
Just gonna look up at her. It's like, all right, if you want me to sit in it, go get me a chair. Let's try this out. I'm game.
She gives a smile and laughs, and then she goes gets a chair and puts it next to it for you.
He's gonna climb up and sit in it if he can.
You find it's actually quite comfortable. You find there's different angles that you can kind of dangle your leg and feet off of it.
Tests out a few different poses and wiggles around a little bit. Just like, oh, nope, there it is. All right, I found the position. Laying on his side, like partially draped over it.
Hate me like one of your French frogs.
She's chuckling while you're doing this.
I feel a wee bit dangly and not the most secure, but I do know for a fact that I'm not gonna fall out, probably. But you know what? I could definitely snooze in here.
Sounds like a challenge.
Sleep anywhere challenge. Speed run %.
I don't know about a speed run.
Forget the T100. I'm here for a nap.
I should try and make a set and then give them to the froglet tent.
You know, you might be onto something there too. If you do make a set, you could probably market them. Frog bids or something.
You're not wrong. That's pretty smart. I wonder how much I could get for them marketing them like that.
I can say from experience that people are a wee bit loosey-goosey with their funds here because I have been offered to be licked a number of times just sitting in a tavern.
I mean, it's true. Yeah, yeah. Maybe I know what I'm doing with my free time more.
Well, I will be around for a wee bit longer, so if you're looking for someone that needs to test the comfiness, I will be around.
I mean, I definitely would need a quality test assurance, you know.
Well, then it looks like I've found my reasonable excuse to come back and visit that pretty lady.
There is an immediate smirk and blush. You know, if you weren't afraid of getting your hands a little dirty, I could teach you a little bit about, clay work and sculpting, if you were interested.
I mean, I'm always down for more hands-on experience. Sure.
We'll just have to make that date number 2.
Sounds like a plan to me. Any time in particular you were wishing?
Well, the right shops would have to reopen so I could get the materials. And I do have a couple clients in the morning tomorrow. But if you're around tomorrow afternoon,
I should be around to my knowledge. Eh? And I will do my best to keep the afternoon clear, of course.
she kind of fiddles for a moment and then goes, "So, where are you and your group staying? Have you each secured a room for the night?"
I believe, I'm not 100% if we're sharing rooms or not, but we did find it in... Why do you ask?
Well, if you wanted to share a room with less people, because I mean your group is a big group, and if you're all sharing one room, that's a lot of people. Um, and yeah, I got room for extra here if someone were interested.
You know, I think I just might be able to be persuaded. Kind of rolls over in the art a little bit. So, will I be sleeping here or...
Well, through that door there is the bedroom that has a nice size bed, um, blankets and comforter that I'm actually quite um fond of. I mean, they are of very good quality. And there will be a person, and she kind of points to herself when she says person, that wouldn't mind sharing the space on a bed with a frog like yourself.
He's gonna sit up in the frog nest. I don't know what we're calling this. We'll call it a nest. He's gonna sit up in the nest and just like, I find that quite agreeable. I'm sure the others will be quite sad to not have to sleep with me, but I like this company a lot more.
You can tell that she is quite happy with the response, and is then quite eager to get you to snuggle in for the night and whatever else the night may hold, depending on what your froggy heart desires. Poppyseed,
Ayo.
are you alive? Ayo. Once your Hansness ducks under the door frame to get into the house, you are shown into the our dining area as she begins to kind of look through the cabinets, and there's a couple. Nope. How do they keep getting in? And then finally, oh good, they didn't get everything. And she pulls out a couple jars and goes, do you like preserved fruits by any chance?
I'm not opposed to them.
Well, as it turns out, other than that, the water and the few bottles of wine that I have at the house, that happens to be it here currently. I don't know how they keep getting in.
The little critters?
Yes, so they're about yay big, scurry around, can't quite fly, but they like hover and glide with style, falling with style, sort of thing. They've got some feathers to them, all over the place.
Poppyseed
There have been a few times where
Poppyseed will pull out his notebook that he's been taking notes and sketches in, and he flips to the one of the like Archaeopteryx that they found.
yeah,
He's just like, do they look like this?
she looks at it and scowls. She's like, yes, the bane of my pantry. And they keep getting in, and I don't know how. I shut everything and lock everything up, and like I've even tied the pantry door, like these cupboard doors closed, and they've chewed through the rope. So I just don't tie it anymore, because if they're going to chew through the ropes, they're persistent.
Well, if there is a will, there is a way, as they say.
I wish that Will just wasn't into my extra provisions. Sometimes I catch them in the act of stealing my food. They scatter. Absolutely scatter. But I guess it is what it is, though. I'm always left with a little something, at least.
Well, if they haven't taken the preservatives and they're in jars, perhaps start getting things that are in jars.
Definitely going to need to get more jars, yes.
It traps the smell? Perhaps that's it. They're just smelling it and then come in and just get it.
That's very, very possible, actually. I don't know why I've never thought of that.
Just an outsider's thought. I guess,
Yeah.
just do some eating of preserved fruits.
She kinda gets out the jars, and there are definitely some foreign fruits, but like clearly just different like strains or variations of things you've seen before.
Mm-hmm.
And she gets those out, gets a couple eating utensils. He gives Poppyseed first pick of what he would like, sort of thing, and also offers some wine if he would like some.
Oh, yes. Have some wine. Yeah.
And she pours a couple glasses. It was the art that you showed. Did you do that?
Yes, I did.
That's remarkable.
Oh, thank you. I'd like to research, and coming with that, it just some simple sketches of the wildlife around the area, some of the flora.
I would not call that a simple sketch.
Uh, tomato, tomato.
As you could probably make quite a bit of money if with your art if you ever decided to pursue that.
I that hadn't crossed my mind before. You really think so?
Oh, definitely.
Well, perhaps I should look into that when I get.
Lulu, don't unplug my headphones. Stop moving. Lulu. I swear to God. Crisis averted.
Good.
In a blink of an eye, she was tangled with the headphone cord around her waist and around one leg.
Oh God.
I don't know how she did it. I blinked and she was in position to yoink.
Well, perhaps I'll have to look into doing something when I get when I return home.
Oh yes, you're now that I think, where is your home? With the amount of traveling I've done down here, I can solidly say I've never seen anyone like you before.
Oh, but I'm not from down in this area. I'm from uh, up above, on a continent called Tegith.
Up above. Like,
So remember how we were flying? And we would go up and, there's just a wall of, or a ceiling of earth, I should say. I live up above that.
I've read stories that talk of a sky of blue, and at night a darkness speckled with light. Is that real?
Yeah, it that's so the blue is our daytime. That's when the sun is out and it's vibrant and you can see everything. And the sky turning dark and speckles of light coming out, that is our nighttime. It's quite marvelous to see, especially with what are they? You can see comets and um, star showers and things like that.
Star showers?
But when a bunch of little things are hitting the atmosphere and things like that, it's hard to explain. It's very pretty.
also sounds like it's possibly dangerous.
No. I mean, they're not falling at you. You see them because they're burning up in the atmosphere.
Oh, interesting.
I do recommend if you have a
The
chance to go there, do.
honestly didn't know there was a way up. All honestly, most of the stories talk about a fairy tale land that has the skies like that, where wind blows through the trees and um things can fly through um oh, what were they called? Uh White fluffy things. Clouds, I think is what it was.
Yes.
Um there are only a small handful of books where it actually talks about it like it is a fact and actual, but all of them always said it was impossible to get to. Like it was no more. And what only existed now was down here.
Well,
I mean, you're proof that that's wrong, but I never thought there was a way up.
you just have to know where to look. I accidentally stepped in the wrong spot and I fell. In fact, at some point we are leaving and we are heading back. I mean, if you would like the opportunity to come with us. I know it's a big ask, but it is entirely up to you. If you would like to explore that fantasy area, the offer's open.
There's a expression that crosses her face of um a strong debate. And she's, well, I mean, I don't have anyone here anymore. It's just me and my job. But there are others that could pick up the job in my stead. But this is all guess it wouldn't be much different than the traveling I've done before. Just in an unfamiliar map, almost like when I first started out.
As I said, the choice is yours.
Would you see me before you leave? So I could give the answer then?
Of course.
Lulu, I swear to God, stop trying to. She just played jump rope with the cord. I'm gonna have a heart attack.
Lulu, stop fucking up the dream.
This is a new stressor I wasn't expecting with freaking having a corded mic for better quality.
I mean, now you're having to deal with a different kind of shit from Lulu.
Yeah.
After the snack, the fruit snack is had and the wine is drunk, it's I would say it's pretty dark. It's not like you could still technically, follow light sources and see, but it's nighttime.
Mm-hmm.
And she kind of looks, notices, would you like to stay here for the evening? Well, for the night? I wouldn't want to make you go back at this time. It's harder to see what else is out there this dark.
I sure. I never actually properly set up an area to call my own there, so I wouldn't exactly be going back to actual place that I have selected to sleep.
Oh. Well, he kind of looks at you and goes, I don't exactly know how best to make you comfortable. But I'm sure we'll figure out an arrangement that best fits your needs.
Sounds good. Just kind of awkwardly looks around the room.
she would end up showing the different cushions and blankets and pillows and things, and take Poppyseed into the bedroom to try and basically she's showing all the options, but she doesn't know how what in the slightest would be comfortable for Poppyseed.
Mm-hmm.
So she's just kind of showing the whole shebang and hoping he kind of goes, oh yeah, this will be good, or how about this? And it's just kind of rambling until he points out something that he thinks could be good.
I'm trying to think of something that could be good. He's like, okay, well, if I lay next to the bed here and then just kind of drape myself over, I suppose that's okay.
No, I'm not going to say it.
Chou out here thinking of configurations.
Oh, no, Joe's already thought of the configuration. And basically, you make her the bed and you sleep on her.
I was literally just about to be like, I was literally just about to be like, and Poppyseed's ramblings. He's like, well, although when we were younger, we would usually do a little cuddle pile and just sleeping on top of each other.
Beautiful, beautiful. I gotta roll now. I gotta make a roll. No, she does catch it. When the cuddle pile is mentioned, she joins in the bit of the ramblings with kind of what we do for warmth when it's really cold.
What do you mean?
Well, we don't really put off much of our body heat, so most of the times in the colder seasons, we actually find, well, for most people, it's friends and family. For me, it's a gajillion blankets to keep warm in the cold seasons, so we don't if you're lucky, you only go into a hibernation until you warm up. If you're not lucky, you don't wake up.
Oh, I never had that problem because I produce my own body heat, so it's usually just a blanket.
La-di-da, you your own alien physiology. What would a half centaur, half dinosaurid look like?
And a yell. Look at NPC art.
What?
Look at NPC art. It's there.
Hmm. Well, we know what's going to be giving birth in a few months' time.
So there could be more of them wandering around, just so you know.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah, so needless to say, everyone gets a long rest. With Kiara, Gar, and Chou sharing information and then passing out because they're waiting for the bros to come back
The bros
eventually.
at their home. Mhm.
And
they are coming, just not back.
Yeah, they're waiting for the. It's not the bros. They're waiting for the hoes to come back.
but the real question is Tavish actually going to cough up the gold?
You know, he didn't see the kiss, so you've lost 5 gold, but he will take your word for it if you tell him that y'all sealed the deal, and he will cough up that 30 gold.
I mean, we did sleep together.
Well, you're getting a grand total of 35 gold then.
Woo!
Because you held a conversation, and he believes you when you said you sealed the deal.
Beautiful. I think at this long rest would be a good time to end it for the evening, since we're only a few minutes off from our usual end time. Yeah, especially because I think things are gonna get really exciting in the morning.
Fun.
Cool.
Worried.
Burn.
Wee.
Prepare fireball. Lot of.
I didn't commit any crimes. I just had sex. We're good. It's all y'all's fault this time.
I didn't commit any crimes.
That you know of.
I just sat and read some scrolls.
Breaking and exiting.
I was about to say, like, what?
I don't know if breaking and exiting is a crime. I know breaking and entering is, but I'm trying to get the fuck out. You held me against my will, fuckboy. I don't know what you wanted to do here.
Yep.
This is escape.
You
We
locked,
are guilty.
you locked us in rooms without our permission. Therefore, we were freeing ourselves from your
This is a shitty escape room.
unlawful imprisonment.
We
Therefore,
are
you
guilty.
are the criminal.
We are guilty of committing escape.
Judge,
You are guilty of committing escape.
Judge, I demand you to say that you are the criminal.
Judge, no you. Holds up an Uno reverse card.
Yep.
Bro, what the fuck?
All right.
This will be perfect for the objection. Nuh-uh. The fuck you mean, nuh-uh?
No.
I am ending stream, guys.
All right.
Uno reverse scroll.
Good night.
Wrap it before you tap it, folks.
Roll your D100s today, folks.